They're coming for net neutrality. Another way they can squeeze out a little show like this. There's an article in The Intercept by Lee Fang, Nick Sergi that came out May 23rd. Cable industry lobbyists write Republican talking points on net neutrality. So there's a company called Broadband for America, and they're a lobbyist group, and they are getting Republican talking points, giving them to the FCC. They're just trying to go to net neutrality. So, a lot of these regulations are actually rules were enacted during the Obama administration. Net neutrality, I'll read this from the, most of you probably know what this is, but just to clarify, net neutrality is the principle that internet services must treat all web traffic in the same way. If the FCC eventually undoes the Obama-era regulations in their entirety, an ISP like Comcast could demand that websites pay it fees in order not to slow or block them. Large companies like Facebook would easily be able to afford such charges, but smaller companies might not, creating an uneven playing field. Yeah. Net neutrality is the internet is the last place, the last bastion of free speech. It's the last bastion of independent media. It's the last place where the giant corporations can't control every fucking aspect of it. Now, they've obviously been trying to do it. I just had another video defunded. It was about Trump upping troop numbers to Afghanistan, wanting to do that. And I didn't put the dashes in there because I hadn't had to do that in a while. And they tagged it, and they completely defunded it. So I'm wondering if net neutrality stories like this, I'm not going to put any dashes in the title, and I'm going to see if this gets demonetized, because that's another form of censorship. And this is another great form of censorship. So unless you're a giant megacorp, they're just going to slow down your internet. Oh yeah, you have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but we're just going to slow it down. Sorry. Just like, yeah, you can talk about, bombings in Yemen and Syria, but you can't make any money from Google. And fucking shithead places like PragerU. So inside this article is a whole packet of talking points that came directly from the cable industry. The metadata of the document shows it was created by Carrie Landon, the Assistant Director of Industry Grassroots at the National Cable and Telecommunications Association, a trade group that lobbies on behalf of Comcast, Cox Communications, Charter, and other cable industry companies. Man, it's like they got you no matter what. So I cut my cable a while ago, but I still have to get internet to do this show. I have to have internet in my house, so I still have to give them money. And this is how this is a way that they can control things. I want to post these videos for all of you to watch them. I have to use a company like Google and that owns YouTube. I have a link to my Amazon affiliate page that I can get some profit from, but then I'm supporting Amazon. Jeff Bezos, who, got paid $600 million from the CIA and owns the Washington Post, another corporate state propaganda mouthpiece. Ugh, it's like everywhere you turn. The document was shared with House Republican leaders via Broadband for America, a nonprofit largely funded by the National Cable and Telecommunications Association. Oh God, non-for-profits. And when they create these horrifying lobby ones that are non-for-profit, it just undermines actual non-for-profits that are trying to do good work. It just undermines everything. It's so... Waking up and seeing all of this stuff is tough sometimes. It's like you take that pill in the first Matrix movie and then you see the reality. And remember Joey Pantoliano's character was like, send me back. He's in a nice restaurant with the robot and eating this going, I know this is technically gruel, but I don't care. That's a lot of Americans just don't want to face this because it just seems too daunting at times. But thank God there's organizations like The Intercept that are covering this kind of stuff. The myth that only internet providers oppose utility regulation, the document suggests, citing a number of civil rights organizations that have opposed net neutrality, which is bullshit. The same group cited by the talking points, however, are heavily funded by ISP companies, including AT&T, Verizon, that's where I get my internet, and Comcast, and the group that mobilized certain civil rights leaders to sign on to campaign against net neutrality has a long history of work on behalf of the cable industry. The NCTA is one of hundreds of organizations engaged in public policy on communications, technology, and media, and it is common practice to provide policymakers with information and background on key issues, a spokesperson said, Joy Sims. Hey, Joy Sims, how do you live with yourself working for these assholes? You know, how do you live with yourself? You go home and then get on the internet and go to church and put up an American flag. Yay, freedom of speech. No, you're not. You're you're working for a corporate overlord that is trying to crush freedom of speech. They want to if they could shut us all up, they would. They just want us posting cat videos and photos of our cocktails and selfies and you know, making fun of Trump's haircut and not holding Melena's hand. Okay, Trump's an asshole. He's got a fake marriage. Great. Now what? All our civil liberties are gone. We're in illegal wars. Like, oh, fuck, man. Broadband for America has also retained a broad set of consultants to influence the telecom policy debate. The DCI Group, a Republican firm that specializes in AstroTurf campaigns designed to create fake grassroots support for political clients, has been paid at least $8.2 million since 2012. SKD Knickerbocker, a firm funded by prominent Democrats, has received at least $3.1 million from Broadband for America. Yep, see, it's not just the Republicans being evil assholes. There's always going to be some Democrats in there getting paid. A lot of them. These are the corporate Democrat assholes. And they'll go after net neutrality. Another thing to look for when we're trying to vet if a politician is a real progressive, if they're really going to resist, see where they are on any net neutrality. See where they stand on that. They've tried to undermine it, or they've paid money or gotten money from any of these organizations. That's the key. Then you know they're full of shit. In 2014, Broadband for America touted a lengthy list of allied groups that shared their opposition to net neutrality rules, but many of the groups on their list, including the Ohio chapter of League of Conservation Voters and a radio program dedicated to supporting veterans, said they were added to the list without their knowledge. See, that's one of the tactics they'll use. Yeah, even the Sierra Club's on board. What? Huh? Sierra Club, net neutrality is bad for the trees. Wait, what? Who said that? Oh, huh? Broadband for America said that? What are you talking about? Just go back to Facebook and like some funny cat videos. Don't think, America. Go to sleep. Shh, 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 shh. There you go. Sleep, 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 sleep. Don't think, don't think, don't think, don't think. Just hashtag fake resist. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's a cute video to like. There it is. Yeah, okay. Katy Perry did what today? Oh, get all bent out of shape about that. That you can get bent on resist that, but don't look behind the curtain, America. Go to sleep.